All right, you know what I've learned over the years? It's that most freelancers, not even just new freelance writers, most freelancers in general do not cover their asses. They go to a new client and they expect that client or business that's probably a bigger organization than you are as a freelancer to just kind of have it all dialed. Yeah, I can trust them. They're a big company. They do this all the time. They get tons of freelancers. So why shouldn't I put my faith in them? Well, because oftentimes they don't know as much as you think they do, and they might not be as financially well off as you think they are. And they might just be a horrible organization that doesn't pay their freelancers. Whatever the reason, you should have a contract in place for all of the freelance work you do. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about freelance writing contracts. We're gonna talk about why you need one, what to put in them, how to create one, and all of this is to make sure that you don't get screwed. So if you're a freelancer and you don't wanna get screwed, you might wanna watch today's video. Let's do it. Okay, first up, what is a freelance writing contract? Essentially, it is just a legally binding agreement between you and the company you are working for that says, this is the terms of the arrangement, this is what needs to happen, and this is to make sure everybody knows what's expected of them, and so that you have recourse in case one side or the other doesn't follow through with the things they say they're going to do. So honestly, aside from just protecting your ass, having a contract is a great thing because it makes your job easier. You can see exactly what is expected of you laid out in the contract. So this is going to make it very clear what work you need to do, when you need to do it by, if you still have any ownership of this work to use in other areas, when you get paid, how you're going to get paid, and things like that. And so by having that all spelled out very clearly, it's going to make it a lot easier when you've written 5 articles and you say, hey, where's my money? Said in the contract, you would have paid me by now. And so if you haven't, then we're gonna have an issue. And you can point to that and it's gonna make it more likely that you're actually gonna get your money. Now, I don't mean to scare you away. 95% of your freelance interactions are going to go great. Generally speaking, people are good. People are ethical. The businesses you're working for are good businesses. They want to keep you happy. They want everybody to win. You're going to get paid. It's all going to be good. But every once in a while, you find that one client that wants to kind of rip you off, or maybe they ran into some money troubles and they're trying not to pay you. And a contract is just going to be the best way you can protect yourself in the event that that happens. And let's be real. If you do this long enough, if you become a career freelance writer, it is going to happen at some point. And so the best thing you can do is make sure you're prepared. So when it does, you are in the best position possible to recoup what you are owed. So let's talk about a couple of those in just a little bit more detail so it's really clear what some of these things should include. First up, let's talk scope of work. Scope of work is simply outlining the work that you agree to do. This could be a one-off project that says you are going to deliver 5 or 10 articles around a set time period, or it could be an ongoing schedule where you say, I'm going to deliver X amount of work each week for an extended period of time. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy or super detailed, but it should be detailed enough to make it very clear to both sides what work is expected of you under what time frame. You also want to detail payment terms. The big one is obviously how much are you going to get paid, but you should also detail how you're going to get paid and when you're going to get paid, because different companies work in different ways. So is it going to be via direct deposit? Is it going to be via PayPal? Is it going to be paid immediately upon completion, or is it 30 days after? This is an important thing to spell out because as a freelancer, you don't always know when your money's coming in or how much you're going to get, but by having contracts in place, it's going to make your income at least a little bit more predictable and can take some of the stress off of being a freelance writer. And next up, make it clear who owns the work. In most cases, the client is going to own it, but you should specify, can you use it for promotional purposes for your own business? Can you use it within your own freelance writing portfolio? Can you say you've worked with this client if you're doing it under a ghostwriting arrangement? These are all things that should be spelled out so it's very clear for you how you can use that work in the future, and you don't do something that's going to make that client mad by breaching the contract that you didn't have. As part of that, there could be a confidentiality clause if you are doing ghostwritten work. So if they don't want you to say, hey, look at me, I'm the writer for this big company, but they didn't put my name on it, I'm the one doing it, they may not want you to say that publicly. So there could be a confidentiality clause that they will spell out if that's the case. Also, there's a good chance there should be a termination clause in there. If you have ongoing work, it should be very clear how you can get out of the work, how they can get out of the work, what the time frame looks like, if there are any penalties for doing so. So let's say you're on retainer with a client, you're making $2,500 a month. They decide they don't want to do that anymore. There might be a clause in there that says that they need to give you 30 days notice. So if you're already working on something or you're expecting that income, you at least have 30 days to finish it up and have a good idea of what to do to move forward. All right, so now that we know why you need a contract, we know what should be in the contract, how do you actually create one? Well, the easy answer is you can go hire a legal expert to do it. But Chances are you may not know a legal expert and it may be more money than you want to spend. The good news is there's a lot of options out there. One of the easy ones, you can go join Location Rebel Academy, where we have a bunch of templates of freelance writing contracts. So if that's something you're interested in, that is one of the benefits of being an Academy member. We've got a link below, you can check that out. But honestly, one of the best places to get help with your contracts is through other freelance writing friends. By building your freelance community, by building your networks, not only can you commiserate with other people, can you get advice, can you get jobs, but you can also share resources. So a lot of people that have been doing this for a long time, they've got their standard templates that they use, and more often than not, if you've got a positive relationship with them, they're probably going to be willing to share it with you. So get to know people, get on Twitter, build that freelance network. There is so much value in doing so. It is not a zero-sum game. You should not look at other freelancers as the enemy. They should be your friends, where they can help you grow your business and you can help them in the same way. One other great place to get inspiration for contracts is through previous contracts you had with other clients. If they provided a contract and you liked it, you can simply adapt that, create your own version of it, and use the template with new clients moving forward. And also, because it's 2023 and everybody's talking about it, and for pretty good reason, another way to get help with your contracts is to go to ChatGPT or another AI tool. If you are good at the prompts and you know what to feed it, you can get very well-written contracts created for you in a matter of seconds, which is frankly pretty cool. All right, you know why you need one, you know how to create one, you know what should be in it, and that brings us to the last part of the whole contract situation, which is, how do you have that touchy conversation with the client where you say, hey, would you mind signing this? I just want to protect myself, protect you, everybody. Can we do this? How do you have that conversation? Well, depending on the organization, there's a good chance they will provide you with contracts. Of course, you're going to want to read it carefully and make any amendments for things that don't work for you or don't work in your favor. But if they don't have those ready for you, pretty much every client I have worked with has been happy to review and sign a contract of my own. It just makes you look that much more professional. It just makes the relationship feel that much more professional. And in many cases, they appreciate you taking that extra step and presenting it. So don't be afraid to do it. If they are wary of signing it, then that's probably a red flag that maybe you shouldn't be working with them to begin with. And with that, if you have any questions around setting up contracts for your freelance writing services, drop a comment below. I'll do my very best to answer every single one. If you are trying to build a freelance writing business and you want a little bit of help, go to locationrebel.com/FWG. That stands for Freelance Writing Guide. You're going to get our free Freelance Writing Guide in our 6-day course that's going to walk you through everything you need to know to get started building your business online. My name is Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Location Rebel, where we teach you how to make money on the internet with your words. If you like this, you're really going to like this video. Go watch that, hit subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.